What's good, people? It is the one, the only. It's just Brandon this Wednesday afternoon, evening. Yo, I am psyched to be here, even though my voice sounds like doo-doo. It is your resident silly bitch that I am, and I'm going to bring you guys another fantastic episode of the ItsJusBrandon Podcast. Okay, I'm currently staring at a pack of McVitties that I really want to eat right now, but I have to eat it with tea because that's the only way I really do it. Feeling a little sick because your boy has not been taking care of himself. I've been eating pizza over the weekend, and I've had a pizza for pretty much a day, and my body was like, oh, word? You want to give us one meal? Yo, immune system, chill out. Don't even worry about working too hard. No, you're cool. Are you sure? We got these, bacteria down here. They want to get inside. No, let them in. Tell the bacteria they can come in. He don't want to eat food. He don't want to give himself energy. Cool. We got something for him. And what happened? Your boy is getting sicker and sicker and sicker. So, yeah. Oh, man. I really want to push through this. Not quickly, but I want to push through it at a really good level, at a high level. So, people, bear with me. I'm going to try not to pause. I'm going to try not to cough. So, yes, bear with your boy. I got my hair cut last week for the Guap show, which we're going to talk about a little later on, the Guap launch party, I should say. We're going to get into a little later on. But for now, let's hit the shout-outs. Straight up and down, shout-outs are going to get fired ASAP. And I am talking like this because I am stalling. Because some information that should be is not where it should be. So I am getting it as I am saying to you right now. I would say Figaro, but I am... No, I'm not going to say that. No, that's just silly. Okay, do I got the information? Yes, I'm going to put it there. Yes, copy. Yes, paste. Yes, booyah. All right. So, first shout out for Dean Paretta, the man who never stops promoting, blogging, and putting in work for the Arena Sports Network and also the Inspire LS Sports. He has been retweeting and favoriting podcast-related tweets on Twitter. Big shout out to him. Anyone who is looking for a dude who is inspiration, he's inspired me time and time again. Most definitely get at him at Dean Paretta at Twitter. That is twitter.com/Dean Paretta. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Next up on the shout out list, we got D21, and the name on Twitter is Black Mob, honest independent record label, Facebook /Black Mob ENT. Instagram is the only D21 for bookings, inquiries, emails, the only D21 at gmail.com. You'll send me a video of his. It is about the invasion. I won't stunt. It is a good song. I mean, I would say I wouldn't want to download it because it's disrespectful to the artist, but I would definitely want it on my phone. It is a good song. I definitely implore you guys to check that out. That is at Black Mob. That's at BLCKMOBB. That's on Twitter, so get at that. Next shout out to the realist. She's grown up so much. I remember her when she was a little thing going to secondary school on New Kent Road. Now she's a woman with a fresh haircut, looking all fly and everything, tweeting out the podcast. Not retweet, mind you. Not a favorite. She actually took it upon herself to tweet the podcast independently. Big shout out to the realist. You can find her at Shar's Dancer. That's SHARZ Dancer. Next on the shout out list, moving through. I had to check. I had to make sure I'm recording this. The Art Space. Equity UK approved theater space above the D Bev Arms. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. N1, that is North London 1 Theater, improvised comedy, home of FA Improv training and shows. You can catch them at www.cogartspace.com. Why am I shouting them out? Why? Because one, I love acting, I love performing, improvisation is amazing, and I would love to perform theater again. And two, they favorited a link for the podcast, so find them at Go Cogarts. That's at COGARTSC. I see Cogarts, and for some reason I think Hogwarts. My mind is just stupid. I'm a silly bitch. My mind just works like that. Moving through. Next up, for favoring a link on the podcast, that's Violet Fuertes. We have a lot of freaking exotic names, don't we? Violet Fuertes, favoriting the link on the podcast. Thank you very much. Next up, we got Air Fitness. Air Fitness is a muscle stimulation device that delivers automated cardio workouts for anyone who's into the fitness, anyone who needs some cardio workouts, anyone that needs a device to do it. Get Air Fitness. They favored their link for the podcast, so I'm giving them a shout out and a little bit of advertising for Frizzy. So definitely get at the Air Fitness. I'm not sure if it's actually a device or if not an app. I would say definitely check on your Google store or your iTunes store. See if it's an app. If not, check out the device. It is at Air Fitness Co. on Twitter. That's at Air Fitness Co. Check them out. Next up, we got the COG Network podcast studio, creating and hosting new, uncensored, and innovative programming. Always free and available to download 24/7. They favored a link for the podcast, and I'm giving them a shout out. Go to Twitter at COG_CAST. That's COG_CST. That is the COG Network. Also, next up, Tobias Lewis. This dude went to college with me back in the day. We're talking about 2003, 4, way back he went. Now the dude's doing modeling, acting, dancing, singing, and he's a martial artist. Straight up, this guy is it's very rare to find people that, like, in school they were cool, and as they grow up they don't become a douche because life turns them out. They equally become a cool person. It's rare, but it's good to see. So, big shout out to Tobias Lewis, my bad. Shout out to Tobias. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for favoriting the links. Thank you for, he actually favorites and shares on Facebook, so I got to give him a big shout out. Much love. It's very appreciated. Sorry, I thought I heard a siren. Next up, last but not least, comedy news. Bringing you comedy news from Reddit. Favoriting a link from the podcast. How to say it again. I'm conscious that as I was born in the USA, I speak quick. I speak very quickly. So if I hear myself saying things too quickly, I try to say it again in a slower way, which makes me seem crazy because I'll say something like, yo, it's over there. Yo, it's over there. And it's like no gap in between. And people look at me like, why did he just say the same phrase twice? I don't know, but I'm a little bit scared. So you can find for favoring a link from the podcast, that is Comedy News, bringing the comedy news from Reddit. That is on Twitter at Comedy Reddit. That's COMEDYREDDIT. Reddit Comedy. All right. Whew. Now those shout outs are over. Okay. We have got a couple of things to talk about today. Whew. But first, I have to check on my rice. Yes, your boy is making rice. And I don't want it to burn. So I'm going to head to the kitchen. 1 second, people. Or is it going to be 1 second? The thing about this, I can just do this. And you don't even know if I was gone or not, right? See, I was just gone for about 3 minutes. Did you know? Did you realize? Did you miss me? Did ya? You probably didn't. But back to the podcast. Now, all right, there was a video on the news about Mount Everest falling. Now, I think Mount Everest is an amazing feat. It's very tall, very high, all snow. I wouldn't mess with it. Why? Because your boy doesn't do cold. I don't do snow. And I do not like being wet. If you want to take my day and take it from cloud 9 to put it on cloud -19, splash me. Just splash a particular part of my body with water. I am going to get annoyed. I'm not talking about going into a pool. I like to go into a pool because I am then immersed in water. That's fine. But if you just put my arm, just wet my arm or wet my leg, I'm very annoyed for the whole day. And I'm thinking of ways to make you go missing. No joke. I very much am annoyed to be wet. And I remember there was some of my friends that was, oh, you don't like to take a bath? Yeah, that's exactly it. Because I don't want a particular part of my body to be saturated in water, I don't like to take a bath. Yeah, you freaking genius. You definitely need to go to Harvard. Yes, you. I'm sure they'll name a hall after you. Mount Dumas. Anyway. So I was watching this video. The guy is recording Mount Everest, right? And you hear him say, I feel the ground moving. Sign 1. If I feel the ground moving, one thing I'm not doing is laughing and or giggling afterwards. What I'm going to be doing is going to my car or the nearest bus stop. Because ground don't normally move. Think about it. How many times in your life has the ground moved? I'll wait. Hasn't. If I feel the ground move, that's the Lord's teaser of telling me to get out the way, get out the place, move, get a bus, get a plane, bungee jump, skydive, get away from this area. It is not meant for you. Unless Rhydon is just used to move earthquake, there's no reason why the ground should be shaken. So as he keeps on recording, you see, he looks to the left and he sees this mountain or this big sheet of white moving closer and closer and closer. And as it's moving closer and closer, the moment I saw in the video move closer, I leaned back. That's just my instinct. I leaned back when I saw it in the video. In the video, the guy's like, whoa, what is that? Is that, it looks like snow. Is it snow? The wave of snow is just careening towards him. Full speed. He's asking questions. Oh no, it's an avalanche. And then by then the snow's like, come here, boy, let me give you a hug. And he was engulfed in snow. And the amazing thing is he didn't die. No. He recorded all throughout his tumble in the big sheet of snow, which is clearly, God at work. They say God look after fools and babies. So clearly, he wasn't a baby. So, he had to fall into the fool category. But yeah, I'm a black man. Stereotypes aside, if there is impending danger coming towards me, I get out the way. I just move. I see that move. The hockey mask, flamethrower, big mountain of ice. If I see it coming towards me, I don't ask questions. Imagine, you know what? There's something in my bones telling me I need to get out the way. But the intuitive part of me should ask a couple of questions to this phenomenon of death. Excuse me, avalanche of doom. Why are you heading towards me at full speed? Well, you see, I had a bad childhood, and now I'm just going to take it all on you. Oh, thank you for clearing that out. It doesn't work like that. I see danger, I move. 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 What? I see danger, I move. I see danger, I move. That's what I do. That's what I think most people with sense would do. Who's recording incoming? If a meteorite shot, the thing is, I say this knowing that there's going to be people filming with their phones up, shouting, "World Star!" Ah! There are people like that. They just want to record it for some reason, which is beyond my comprehension. Because who's going to upload it when you're dead? Huh? Who's going to send the Snapchat when you ain't coming back? Huh? I don't understand, and I don't get it. Goodness. Moving on. What's happening in the news? Baltimore. I was born and raised in the playgrounds where I spent most of my days. Then I got older and I got a PlayStation. I was in the inside. I was not hating. Then I was born in Baltimore. I love Baltimore. And it really, really sucks to see what it's come to. Yeah, people have a right to get angry. But get angry in a smart way. It really gets to me that after 10, 20, 50 years of black people dying unjustly, people still don't know how to, get angry in a smart way. Are you going to burn down stores or are you going to boycott? Are you going to set things on fire? Are you going to beat up? Are you going to throw bricks at police? Or are you going to stop going to certain stores? It's just like there are certain ways to hurt the economy. There's certain ways to get back at the government, certain ways to get back at the man that don't involve lighting a match. And every time you do this, you just give them more reason to get more police, more guns, and you just make us seem like savages. It's just ridiculous. I mean, I want to say this. There is no reason why a guy should be arrested and then put into a van, and then once he arrives at the police station, he's broken up in several thousand Tetris pieces. It shouldn't be like that. A guy should be able to be transferred from custody in the same piece he was picked up in. I get that. And yes, it's angry and infuriating when black people, mainly black men, but when black people get, straight up abused like this. But there's smart ways to do it. Before you pick up a brick, sit down, have a meeting, go over a list of ways we can get back at the government. Let's see. Whose hands raised for setting things on fire? Okay, there's a majority on that. Well, setting things on fire, it is instantly gratifying, but long term, you can get put in jail. Because even though the police are doing wrong, they still represent the law. And if you are caught setting something on fire, you going to jail. I don't care about your cause. I don't care about who got hurt. I don't care if Al Sharpton come to sing at your eulogy. It don't matter. And it's like, I say this, and I truly, truly, truly mean it. If all black people in Baltimore that were affected by this, the death of Freddie Gray, if they would just sit down, not go to work, if they would just do that for just 2 days, I mean, they don't buy anything from any stores that you don't approve of, Only thing to do is just sit outside the police station. They don't have to get in the police way. Just sit outside the police station. Just for 48 hours and don't say anything. Just stare at the building. The message that will be sent will be monumental. You ain't got to burn down nothing. You ain't got to hurt nobody. Because when you do that, you take away the purity of your cause. Which is what happens every day. Black men die like a fad. Was it? Freaking Trayvon died, Mike Brown died, Freddie Gray. There's gonna be another dude's gonna die in a couple months, and people can get upset and do some more stupid stuff, and it's gonna be a same cycle over and over again until someone says, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't burn things down. Maybe we should talk and think about an action to do that will affect the economy on multiple levels. That'll actually get them to think and respect us." That's a pipe dream, but hey. And there was some news article saying Obama was dining while Baltimore burns. He's the president. What, he's not supposed to eat because Baltimore on fire? What do you want him to do? Yeah, he was at a dinner. He's supposed to. He's the president. His name is Barack Obama, not Clark Kent. If he could have stopped it, he would have. Flowed down there, blowing all the fires out, separate all the gangs, separate the police. Said, now, no more fighting, or I heat vision someone, okay? That's it. Then someone goes, oh, forget you, Kevin, forget you, Soups. Bang, laser, good night. He's dust now. Everyone, that was an example of what I'm going to do. If you guys don't start listening, that's what I'm going to do. So pay attention. But yeah, I mean, I think people really like to put the pressure on Barack Obama when he generally has his hands tied. He cannot stop a whole city from rioting. He got the Coast Guard. I mean, he got the National Guard. What else is he supposed to do? Send in the Army? It's Baltimore. The Army will get torn to shreds. Baltimore is one of the toughest places on the planet, in my opinion. I don't care. You can talk about Afghanistan or Iran or Iraq. Baltimore will shot your block off. There are shows like The Wire, The Corner. There are shows that are filmed there for a reason. It is not because it's a fictional tale. It's because that place is about that life. You can walk up the street Saturday night and never walk again. Baltimore's a dangerous, dangerous place. Yeah, but I really, really hope the best, got family there, and I hope they're well, and I really hope that people in general can just understand the value of black life, because what it comes down to is that we as a community, black people, we don't value black life. Now I'm saying it, we don't, because if we did, we would take a smarter stance on these things, And actually, let me talk about this too. The mother who was slapping the mess out of her child for, rioting and stuff, and they call her Mom of the Year. I'm going to say this, and I know I'm not going to win over a lot of people with this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Was she right for slapping him in the head? Of course she was. What are you doing? Risking your life, trying to do something that you ain't got no business doing to get you, what? Pow. Pow. Yes, he should. I was trying to find my comb just fell. He should have got slapped. He should have got the mess slapped out of him. Now, people are calling her Mother of the Year. I gotta say this. Why was he raised in a way to think that was even a viable option of things to do? I'm sorry. I'm saying this because no one else is going to say it, but my mom raised me in a certain way. no matter what's going on in the world, I ain't rioting nowhere. I ain't throwing no brick. I ain't throwing no pebble. I ain't gonna throw air. Because at the end of the day, a riot ain't gonna solve nothing. I was raised that way. So yeah, slapping him in the head, that's okay. But, future reference, maybe, if he doesn't think that it's a freaking viable way to express himself in the first place, you won't even have to slap him. How's that sound? Prevention, better than cure. I know I've lost a couple of people with that, but I'm being serious. Like, I respect her passion. You don't want your son to be doing anything stupid because he can get hurt and or killed. But why did they think that was an option? I'm putting that out there. Alright, next up. Single mom gets fired before her first day of work. Okay. This is where Facebook becomes a snitching application. Actually, no, I can't even say that. This is where people are just dumb. You got this girl, single mother, mind you, gets a job. Now, at this job, she's employed. Then the next day, she's going to work. She's blasting the job on Facebook before she's even started working. And her profile's public, so of course the people see it. And then what happens? She gets fired. She really got fired. Needed some H2O, like pronto. But yeah, now, in any job, you've got people who are friendly. You've got people that are cool. And you've got those people that you can only be nice or social with them within, job settings. I'm talking about the snitches. I'm talking about the people who absolutely think they know their job, that they're the best that they can be, but for some reason they've been an assistant for 40 years. Now, these are the people that will snitch if they see some craziness on your Facebook. What is wrong? It's a public thing. It's Facebook. Excuse me. Facebook. Now, she said she started talking lippy. She was getting lippy about the job that she ain't even started yet. And what happened? The man just saw her and fired her. Good. I don't care if she got a child. I'm sorry. Yeah, the baby shouldn't have to suffer through that. But the mama needs to have some common sense. This is why it scares me to have a child. Because when you have a child, you need to take responsibility for so many things in your life. You can't be talking lippy. You can't be reckless. None of that. You can't. Why? Because you've got someone that depends on you. And she should have, before she typed this up on Facebook, she should have thought, uh-oh, I've got a kid depending on me. So yeah, I may not like it, but let me just shut my mouth and just do the job. And just thinking in your head like the rest of us do. Yeah, you hate your job. You don't say it on Facebook. You think it in your head. Or you talk, in very vague terms like, oh man, the same old every day. Here goes another day. You ain't got to be specific. If you say, oh, I hate my job because my job sucks and my job fired, yeah. Who wants someone to work around kids that don't? Well, yeah, because she was gonna be she gonna work in a daycare. Who wants their kids around someone who doesn't like their job of maintaining that child's welfare? Really? Who wants that? I don't. I don't even have kids. I mean, I don't have goldfish, but I don't want this person to look after my shoelaces. This is that deep. Because at the end of the day, she does not value her job, and my shoelaces will not be safe. And that scares me. So yeah, stupidity. Moving on, Kim Kardashian. She's going to have a book. It's going to be a selfie book. Now, okay. Let's get this straight. Kim Kardashian. She is a walking advertisement for what a whore can do at a business level. She ain't got a talent. She knows how to business level manage her whoreness. That's what she is a business class whore. She took a video that she did with Ray J and she parlayed into a career. I'm sorry, you gotta give her props. You gotta give her props because she had sex on camera, got famous from it. You know how many girls out here shouting revenge porn, this revenge porn, that? They ain't got famous. She knows what she's doing to a certain level, to a certain degree. Okay, hold on one second. I feel a ridiculous cough coming. And we're powering through, people. Yeah, but okay. So she has this book coming out, and it's got like 115 pictures of her cleavage, 23 booty pics, 1 baby bump pic, and 10 nude pics. This is in her book, mind you, which pretty much sounds like a comic book to me now, or one of those 1940s porn things where they just have pictures of the women laying down half naked. But I just have this to say: if Northwest turns out to be okay, as a whole rounded person, like a well-rounded person, it'll be only through God's protection. Cause there's no way you can be raised in a normal or what's the word? The word normal doesn't really exist when it comes to raising kids. But I can only imagine how hard it is to be well-rounded when your mama's got a sex tape out and she's nude here and booty over there and stuff. How are you explaining that? Well, listen, North. Now, I know you don't understand this, but mama's got to make that money, boo-boo. And if you're not smart, if you don't get a degree, you'll have to do what I do and just pose naked. No, Mom, no. Exactly. Go to school, get an education, or be like me. No! That actually is a hell of a good way to raise a kid, though. Talking about getting a message across. I mean, what will scare you more than knowing that you'll have to whore yourself out if you don't get an education? It's like your father's a bum, and he comes here. Oh, Dad, you smell like alcohol again. Shut up! If you don't want to smell like me, you need to get an education. That's what they should do. They should have 4 hours a week where a kid has to spend time with a homeless dude, right? And the homeless guy will get paid and monitored for this, of course. He might have to be monitored because he's homeless, don't know what he'll do. But, just make sure he spends 4 hours and just man, just Tony, you're peeing on yourself again. Well, if I got an education in school, I wouldn't be peeing on myself. I'd be peeing in a house. Maybe on the floor. Or maybe in the toilet. That would be the day to pee in a toilet. I remember when I used to pee in toilets like a civilized person. Now I just pee on myself. Life is so hard. I never got an education because he never told me what education meant. But I'm going to tell you, an education means you ain't got to tell a guy, I'll suck your dick. That's what education means. It means you don't have to smoke crack and eat out of a dumpster. That's what education means. That kid will pass every freaking exam. Every SAT test, every SAT, every exam. That guy will be a freaking doctor by the time he's 14 years old. What was your motivation? Well, I had a homeless mentor as a child, and I didn't want to be like him at all. Yes, and now he's dead. Yes, so God rest his soul. He was a very smelly man who peed on himself a lot. So yes, I really hope that definitely his soul and his stinky clothes are at rest. Yes, that's it. What is it? Home bum mentoring. They need bum mentoring. It's so hard to communicate to a kid what education means. Get a bum and let them hang out with a bum. They don't understand. Actually, no. 5 hours a week. 1 hour a day. For 5 days off the week. It could be during school hours. Just so they know why they need to get education. I actually may start to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. But that's a good freaking idea. Bum mentoring. I'm calling it. Okay, I'm moving on to the next point of my recent events. This was a big letdown, a huge letdown, a ridiculous letdown. Okay. The Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. Oh. I'll say this. The build-up was amazing. For 5 years of building up, that was a good build-up, I thought they were going to go in there guns blazing. I thought it was going to be a battle. They said fight. They said, fight of the century. All these things they said. I was sold. I thought this was going to be mayhem, biblical punches. I'm talking about Galactus versus Apocalypse. Big boy showdown. It was 12 rounds of dodging and hide-go-seek. Hugs, hide-go-seek, and dancing. That's what it was for me. I was disappointed in the fight for many, many different reasons. Mainly because, it just seemed like the safest way to play. It's like trying to get in the friend zone with a girl. You don't say anything wrong. You don't do anything risque. You just stick to what's nice and honorable, and then you land in the friend zone, and then bang, you won. Why? Because she's in your life forever. That's what it seemed like. And I was really annoyed because the build-up was one where it's like, yo, this is going to go down. And then you had the celebrities that were there. Everything around the fight was interesting. Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kevin Hart, Jimmy Kimmel, Justin Bieber, who else? Freaking Denzel Washington, Michael Keaton. There's so many. Was it Christian Bale? So many interesting people around it. Nicki Minaj, Meek Mill. So many interesting people around it. You thought, man, this is gonna go down. No, it was just lame. Now, I gotta say, part of my reasons for having my opinion is because I grew up in the Tyson heyday of boxing, where he fought you. It wasn't boxing. He was fighting you. He was knocking you out. That was his sole intention. It wasn't to run away from you. Tyson walked straight up to you, shoulders are bobbing, and he wants you to punch so he can duck under and hit you with that left hook and then turn your consciousness to unconsciousness. That was the boxing that I knew and loved. Like, you sit through all the fights going up to it, and you're like, oh man, I hope this Tyson fight's gonna last longer than a minute 20. Because Tyson would decisively knock you down in like 40 seconds. Then he'll knock you again by 1 minute 15. Then by 1:45, you're on the ground. It's ding ding, the end. Tyson was an amazing boxer. Muhammad Ali, amazing boxers because they were decisive. There was no letting it play out for the cameras. There was no, I'm going to make this. No, it's like, yo, I'm going to knock him down. Muhammad Ali was so boisterous. He would say what round he's knocking him down in. Tyson wasn't on that level. Tyson would just beat the crap out you. You know, if you survive the first round, you're amazing. You're amazing. And I think Tyson, I can't believe you survived the first round. I'm really, really impressed. I'm going to make more effort to, to dislocate your brain. Yes. I'm going to dislocate your brain with the next punch. Yes. God bless you. God bless you. And it was, I was growing up in that day of boxing. And I miss it so much because it was like, it was real. You know, you had people that were fighting. They had a purpose. It wasn't just for the money. It wasn't just for the acclaim or the fame. You had one guy whose job was to knock you out. If his job was bagging groceries, all your groceries would be bagged in like 15 seconds. If that guy worked on the fries at McDonald's, all the fries would be standing up in a line in a nice synchronized fashion. If that guy caught chickens, every chicken would be caught, broken necked, and freaking, plucked, feathered, all that. Just done in 45 seconds or less. That's the tenacity that those guys used to have back in the day. But I think now it's just, I'm pretty sure now it's all about money and it's about fame. You know, I mean, why would a fight take 5 years to pop off, you know? Fights normally start in like what? 0.2 seconds, you know, look at me. What you looking at? Pow! That's a fight. That's a fight. But, yeah, I miss those good old Tyson days. I would love to interview Mike Tyson. Or even just to hang out with him. I wouldn't even care, but I just would love to hang out with Mike. Even just spar a little bit. I'll say a little bit, like, I don't want him to hit me because, you know, I'll cry, die, and poop myself. But I would love to just, like, be around him because he's such an amazing character. And he brought such a passion and fire to the boxing game. I don't think it's ever going to come back. Really. I watched David Haye versus Klitschko. That was long. I was on yawn. I watched Ali versus Haye. I felt like I wanted my life back. After seeing that, I wanted my life refunded because that was such a big waste of time. I've given up on boxing. I used to love boxing. Boxing was the only sport I would watch. I don't watch football. I don't watch basketball. I don't watch hockey because I'd rather play than watch. But boxing was the one thing I would watch, and now I'm pretty sure I've given it up. Absolutely. But there is a silver lining. Manny Pacquiao is getting sued. Why is he getting sued? For fraud, for hiding his shoulder injury. Yeah. For a lot of you guys who've been keeping up with this, Manny said after the fight, well, I had a shoulder injury, so I couldn't perform to the best ability. Now, legal documents claim that by failing to come clean about the shoulder injury, Manny violated the Nevada Deceptive Trade Practices Act. How you like that? Fraud. Why would a man risk fraud for a fight? M-O-N-E-Y, man. C-R, cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. I ain't surprised not one bit. Not one little iota. Not at freaking all. Because at the end of the day, boxing is boiling down to about money. And I hope Manny gets sued. I hope Mayweather gets sued. Because that fight was nonsense. It made so much money for everyone. And the performance was subpar. You can hit me with, he played smart. He played for points. Oh, you don't know about boxing? You know what I know about? Knocking someone out. So I guess I know more than both of them. So yes, I had to take myself some nice chewable vitamins. Getting in my vitamin C, D, A, B. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, Pacquiao, you get sued, dude. Good. Manny, yes, you really should know better than to go into a fight with an injury after saying that, no, you're cool, then admitting after the fact. This is pretty much all just to stir up a rematch, to help get freaking Mayweather to that 50th win, to be 50-0. 50-0. Last point on the recent events. ISIS in America. Now, there was an attack on a Prophet Muhammad drawing contest in Texas. Okay. ISIS are extremists. They don't take things lightly. They've said many a time, do not draw our prophet. It offends us. We will be very upset. Now, if I say I'm upset, that means I'm angry. Why? Because angry, I'm upset. That's how you measure it. ISIS are a bunch of extremists. They're extremists. So angry for extremists means freaking livid. Angry at the world. Why would you do that? It's like you're just baiting them. If you went to the jungle and you just painted some, some blood around your neck from a dead animal, and you had some meat on your chest, and the lion eats you, that's what you get. Because you're tempting the lion. You're not supposed to tempt a lion. You're not supposed to tempt anyone, whether it be animal or person. You don't. Why? Because they will react. ISIS are a bunch of extremists. They said this. So, when they say we're extremists and you want to go do something that they said we don't like, why are you surprised when they attack you? Blow you up. It's what they do. Whatever an extremist says they don't like, I'm going to take it to heart. Why? Because they're extremists. Let's put it in relative terms. So, if an extremist worked at KFC and you said, yo, let me get a large soda, they'll bring you out a bucket full of soda because they're extremists. They go to the extreme. It's what they do. They're 0 to 100. Their 0 to 100 is like 1.1 to 1.3. That's their 0 to 100. Very small room. Very small room. They get upset quick. And then boom. And then sad. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, you should not. People have the right to draw whatever they want. Yeah, this is true. And saying that, people also have the right to, react however they want until it hurts someone else. Unfortunately, for extremists, the reaction go beyond hurting someone to hurting someone and making a statement. If I wanted to hurt a girl, I'd throw mud on her. If I wanted to make a statement, I'd throw mud on her and her new dress. If I didn't like a school, if I didn't like a school, I'd paint over or put doodle on it. If I want to send a message, I'd break all the school's windows. You see what I'm saying here, people? Stop baiting extremists. Then when they do something extreme, you're like, oh my God, what happened? I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's because they're extremists, not minimalist. You know, they're not Canadian. They're extremists. No, let me stop. I'm not dissing any Canadian people because Canadians, I love you guys. You guys have been pumping mad love to the podcast, so my jokes are truly just that. And if anything else, they're just the lamentations of a silly bitch that I am. So yes. Oh, people, I got some personal stories to tell. Some personal stories. Some personal stories. Okay, now, I have been kicking my own ass. Because for the month of April, I gave myself a list of goals and I didn't achieve them. I did 2 out of 3, which is not good enough. So this month, I am definitely kicking my ass in full gear to get it done. I haven't started off well because your boy's sick, but I'm definitely going to do it. I'm definitely going to put more effort into it. So yes, push-up stimulation. Whenever I am tired from writing too much or whenever I lose focus, I just do a quick 10 push-ups. I know it sounds weird, but you're not doing the push-ups to do push-ups. You're doing the push-ups just to wake you up. By the time you finish your task, you could have knocked out 80, 90, 100 push-ups. That's a workout. That's a double accomplishment, man. Come on. Come on. Get to it. Get to it. It don't have to be a push-up. It can be a sit-up. It can be, a dip. It can be plank. Whatever you want, man. Freaking the world is your oyster. Whenever you find yourself losing motivation, hey, do some push-ups. If nothing else, the pain will motivate you to think of something quick, fast, and in a hurry. I broke my shoes, my basketball shoes. I broke them as in the rubber under the sole is completely come off. I mean, I'm gonna have to post a picture up for you guys to see, but the rubber on my shoe is gone. Gone! And the truth remains. Yeah, I'm just standing here, ain't got no sole in my shoe. I'm looking down, I see the bottom is gone. I had to rip it off, now the ground feels really hard. And the truth remains, it's gone. It is bold. I had to rip it off during a basketball game, actually, because first it was peeling a little bit. I could deal with that. But then it got to the point where it was dragging on the floor, and it was I was really running, in the running for Britain's Next Top Hobo, so I definitely had to rip it off. And now I just got this big bald spot at the bottom of the shoe. So yeah, that's that. And it's it's fitting that now I've been more active in basketball now that my shoes are now hobo-tastic. So I'm slipping and sliding all over the place, looking quite ridiculous. But it's okay. It's all right, because I love the game of basketball. Oh, screwed up man. I have this meal called the shiznit. It is a stir-fry concoction that I created while I was really hungry, had a lot of spices and a lot of free time in my hand. It's called the shiznit, and I love it. Love it! But I screwed it up. For a long time, I just used long grain rice. Just long grain rice. It worked for me. It was nothing fancy, nothing over the top, just long grain rice. Put it in the pot, boil it, it's rice. Don't ask me why. Under self-pressure and listening to other people, I used basmati rice to make the shiznit. The shiznit was just shit. It was terrible. I had one plate and I was like, oh God. I looked at my hands like, how dare you serve me this? How could you create such a monstrosity? It's horrible. It's alive. It's alive! It was the worst thing I've ever made in my life. It was really bad. I will never make anything with basmati rice again. It will forever be long grain for me. That's how I will do until the day I die. Why? Because at the end of the day, if it ain't broke, don't fix it! And the shiznit was fine. I'm making rice now because I'm making some barbecue chicken tonight. Because I'm in that mood for food. Mood for food. Mood. Food. So I'm making some barbecue chicken tonight, and hopefully I can get it done before 9 o'clock. It's almost 7 now, so if I knock this podcast out in time, hopefully, yes. The launch party for Guap, I did that on Friday. Man, that was such a. All right, for the longest time, I've been filming and editing other people's work and stuff, but deep in my heart, I see them and I think, I really should be on stage. I should be on stage. I should be filming. I should be editing. I should be doing that. That's how I felt. Honestly. Really and truly, that's how I felt. And it was good to finally pursue that via the Guap launch party. You had young brothers and sisters, and I don't mean black, I mean like black, white, whatever. They were there looking sharp. They were looking good. It was good vibes. It was, very good speakers. An amazing poet was there. Her name Maggie, spoken word, amazing spoken word artist. It was a good event. Now the crowd, they had their moments, but on the whole, it was a good night, I gotta say. And I loved the host. I was hosting. I had the mic in my hand. I was doing my thing. It's what I love to do. I love hosting. I love being in front of people. I love performing, and I'm glad I could do it again. If you guys don't know about Guap, the website has been officially launched. So check it out at guap.co.uk. That's guap.co.uk. Guap. Yeah. I'm going to have a guest at the end of this month. I'm really excited about this guest. Me and him have done a couple of work in the past. We've worked together in the past in terms of videos and stuff. And it's going to be really fun to have him on the podcast. I can't wait. I'm going to keep it a secret for now. I'm going to let you guys know in maybe like a week or two. But definitely it's going to be a really, really good look. Really fun. And I'm really looking forward to it. And now we get to the main topic of the podcast. At 46 minutes and 18 seconds, we get to the main point. And the main point of this podcast is, can men and women be friends? Honestly, this problem is actually still a problem. Now, it's a problem because you got two different sides. You got the male side and the female side. The female side works like this. Yeah, he's my friend. Yeah, he's nice. But notice, attraction has come into it. Because a female needs to be attracted to the guy that she's going to go out with. And for some reason, beyond my understanding, comprehension, girls will mentally turn themselves off of a male friend. When I say turn off, I mean like they will kill any level of attraction for him in her mind. A girl will do that. Now, this is how girls roll. Don't ask me why, it's just how they do. Guys roll in a different way. Guys are logical beings. Guys like this, 2 + 2 = 4. So, I got this female friend. I can talk to her, I can hang out with her, I can crack jokes with her, and a guy gathers information throughout the years. It's not something instant, So, after he gathers all this information, and he realizes, wait, I can talk to her. I can be around her comfortably, and not have to be anyone else but myself. I like her for her, she likes me for me. Oh, snap! I don't want to be away from this person. Oh, snap! This person's always on my mind. Oh, snap! I'm in love! Bang. And then there's a problem. Because a female wants a guy to be upfront, like, I have all the intents and purposes of dating you. Whereas a guy will wait till he gathers some more information down the line. Now, it's funny because if you mix it up, if a guy rushes it, she's not a potential girlfriend. She is a smash and dash. That's it. If a girl takes too long of a guy, he becomes a male friend. Nothing more. If they would meet in the middle, it would be perfection. So the girl's like, okay, well, he's attractive, but I'm going to give it some time before I go all in. The guy's like, okay, well, I don't really know how I'm feeling her, but I'm going to make some ways and effort and stuff and see how it works out. We'll meet in the middle. Yeah. It would be perfect, but it doesn't go down like that. Guys wait and gather and assess. Girls want that leap of faith from jump. And it just muddles up everything. You got teenage boys. I was one of them. We got told by our mamas. What did we get told by our mamas, boys? We got told, be honest. We got told, be upfront. We got told, be respectful. And where did that land us, fellas? In the friend zone. In the friend zone. Yes, our mothers set us up for the friend zone. And for those of us who had fathers or uncles or older brothers, they would say, listen here. Dead that honesty. Dead that upfrontness. You tell her what she needs to know. Tell her what she needs to hear. And then, if you feel cool with her, and if it's going in that direction, then maybe you can bring her in close. But keep a girl shrouded in what she don't need to know. Why? Because you give a girl too much information, there's no excitement. There's no excitement, there's no chase. There's no chase, then there's no you. The end. You're dead. Brown bread. Done. Drops microphone. It's what it is. Now, girls and guys can be friends. Just plain platonic friends. It is very possible. It just needs to be a thing of we both know where we stand. And just because you're friends doesn't mean there's any exclusions on anything. It just means you know where you stand. So the guy knows he can do this. The girl knows she can do that. Whether it's a physical communication you guys got going on, an emotional communication, you can kiss, whatever. As long as you two are on the same page, it's all jiggy. What messes it up is that somewhere along the lines, people stop being on the same page. Either the male stops feeding information or the female stops feeding information, and then before you know it, got a problem. Because one person don't know what's going on, and the other person don't know what's going on, and then they act like they know what's going on, and then it causes problems. Why? Because there's new things that are occurring. It gets screwed up in the younger years. Whereas you got like the kid, he likes he likes girls, he talks to girls, and then you got the girl who talks to guys, and they're about to get with each other, but the girl reaches a point where she's like, wait a minute, I'm getting a lot of attention from a lot of guys. Why should I just stick with this one? And I don't care how crude that sounds, I don't care how disrespectful that sounds, that's what it boils down to. And when it does get to that point, she has to make a decision. For any female who said, you know what, yeah, there's other guys out there, but this one I'm feeling, and I want to make the commit with this guy, and she can do it, blocking out everything else out there. She's a freaking Spartan. She's an amazing female. She's freaking got her life ahead, and she's gonna kill it. The females that feed into the pressure, they normally have a harder time at life. Oh, yes, they meet Mr. Wrong, Mr. Really Wrong, Mr. Baby Daddy, Mr. Third Baby Daddy, Mr. Hit Her in the Face. Why? Because they keep looking, because they keep searching for that attention, for that hole to be filled in them. Girls that are, like, self-assured, there's no hole in them. So when they find something good, they'll take it. Whereas other females with that big hole in them, they're not too sure. They have doubts. Why? Because they doubt themselves. And they doubt the decision making. They doubt the judgment. They doubt everything. So they may not take a good thing when it's there. So they'll leave it, expecting it to be there later. When it doesn't ever come back. And then what happens? You lost. Then every other guy is, all guys are dogs because of the decisions you made. But, and the guys, don't get it twisted, guys roll the same way. Guys, you all know that there's that girl out there that you would be so cool with if you just dead all the games, kill the nonsense, and were straight up with her. You know that. I know it. Be real with her, brother. But for some reason, the thrill of the chase, want to be the man, want to, holler at shorties and all the rest of that, it supersedes the fact that you got this one girl who is everything. You wake up in the morning, she's there, your morning's better. You go to sleep at night, she's there, your night is better. Everything is better. It is amazing. Why? Because you got that person. But then you listen to your Jimmy, and your Jimmy's saying, but we can get that girl with the big booty. We can get that girl with the big breast. We can get that girl with the big booty and the big breast. We can get the girl with the pretty face, big booty, and the big breast. Hey, all three. That's a triple crown. Let's get the triple crown. And then your Jimmy talks short of a good thing. Men, your Jimmy does not control you. You control your Jimmy. And if you don't know how to control it, it's going to destroy your life. Because there's many temptations out there. Many temptations out there, guys. But at the end of the day, it ain't worth it. Because you only get 2-3 chances at love in life. After that, you're hopeless. You ain't got no chance. None. It's over. You're 46. You have nothing going for you. You work a dead-end job. And because you never knew how to be emotionally secure, you're just paranoid of every female that's too nice to you. Drop it. Just drop it early, dudes. You see a girl who's the bee's knees, take her. Make her everything. And if she shows she ain't worthy, kick her to the curb and get the next one. There's no shame in dating someone and it not working out if you give it your all. You give it your all, that's all you can do. You got certain girls out here that ain't ready for a good man. Oh, I'm saying it. You got certain guys out here that ain't ready for a good woman. I'm saying it. And if you want to be friends with those people, that is your business. But I'm saying right now, friendship has and always will be the foundation of a relationship. Without a friendship, you can't have a relationship. If Adam and Eve had a better friendship, guaranteed the relationship would have worked out a heck of a lot better towards the end, you know? I'm just saying, you know, Eve's like, hey, Adam, let's eat this fruit. Whoa, yo, check this out. See this? I can reach and get food. I don't know what's outside those walls. But I'll have to find out if you eat that fruit, so put it down and let's get going. But no, it says fruit of knowledge. I know enough. Leave it, let's go. But shut up, let's go. That's what friends are. You tell each other, shut up. You're dumb. What are you thinking? You're stupid. And it don't mean nothing. Why? Because you're friends, you know? Unless you got those friends that just take everything way too seriously. And those are the ones that aren't really friends. They're just associates that hang on way too much. But yes, men and women can be friends, should be friends. Hopefully we'll always be friends. And hopefully that friendship can lead to a relationship. Because at the end of the day, who should your partner that you spend the rest of your life be? Your best friend. Mind blown! You're welcome. Oh, goodness, people. I'm going to end it here because, one, I don't have any more questions. And two, I am sick and I'm coughing too much. People, thank you so much for listening to the ItsJusBrandon Podcast. I'm going to have to get all the questions together and do it on a separate podcast. So just answer them all, knock them out, bang, 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 bang. Definitely. People, IJBPC is the hashtag. It's Just Brandon Podcast. IJBPC. Get at it on the Twitter. Find the hashtag. Retweet. I mean, I appreciate the favorites. I really do. I'm just saying, just get the retweets out there, people. It does a lot more for me. I'm just saying, I appreciate the favorites. I love the favorites. Retweet. Retweet your boy. I appreciate it. Any questions, keep sending them emails into the IJBPC@outlook.com or just hashtag IJBPC and say whatever's on your mind, and I will see it because it's a very unique hashtag. People, thank you very much. I would stretch this, but I'm not going to be cheap. I hope you guys have a fantastic Wednesday evening. Your boy's going to go to the kitchen